everyone, today's video is going to be what I ate for lunch this week. So for the last 5 days I've filmed all of my lunches to share with you guys as a little bit of inspiration. I feel like lunch is the hardest meal of the day. Breakfast and dinner I'm fine with. For the most part I get excited about them. Lunch is just the worst. I don't enjoy lunches. So I figured if I film my lunches this week I could share them with you guys if any of you feel the same and you need a little bit of inspiration. But also leave your comments below with some of your go-to lunches because I'm always looking for some new lunch ideas. A little bit of new inspiration, anything that can make lunch that little bit more exciting, definitely leave them down in a comment below. But otherwise I'll get started with Monday's lunch. Today's lunch is going to be a bagel, so I've just taken these from the freezer. These are the Warburtons Sesame bagels. They are my absolute fave, so I'm going to defrost one of these in the microwave and then shove it in the toaster. And then on top of that I'm going to make, I guess, sort of like bruschetta, but not really. I feel bad using the word bruschetta because I feel like it has to be somewhat authentic, which I don't think it's going to be. But I'm basically just going to chop up these plum tomatoes, add it on top, drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil and then season. I've got some salt, pepper, oregano, garlic granules and then also some chili flakes. Basically just going to shove that all on top and that is going to be my lunch. I've also decided I'm going to be chopping up some of this red onion to add on top as well. This is what my bagel has ended up looking like. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to eat because it's all piled up on there, but this is definitely one of my favourite combinations for bagels. I think bagels in general are a lunch staple for me now. I love that I have them in the freezer so they don't go off. I can always have a bagel if I want one. They're so easy, so quick, and this combination tastes really good. So this is what I'm going to be having today. I'm about to make myself a use everything up that you've got to use up sort of lunch. So I've got this one wrap that really needs eating. I would actually be surprised if it's not mouldy at the moment. So I'm going to make myself a wrap, which I feel like are the easiest ways to use up anything that you need to use up, because I think you can just about shove anything inside a wrap and get away with it. So I'm going to be having this. I'm going to be cooking some mushrooms. These are a little bit past their best, I think, so I'm going to cook up a few of those. Got some kale, got a green pepper, some leftover red onion, some of this smoked cheese from Applewood, which is my absolute favourite. This stuff is so good. I've got some tortilla chips just because I like shoving those in my wraps for some texture. And then I also have this Papa John's special garlic dip, which is my favourite sauce slash dip ever. This stuff is so good. I have opened it and had a little bit already, but I figured I could drizzle some of this in the wrap and it would be amazing. So that is what I'm going to be having. I think I might also have some kebab meat in the freezer, so I might fry that off with everything as well. I'm basically just going to chop up all the veg, shove it in a pan with some oil and that kebab meat, cook it until it's cooked, and then it will all be going inside this wrap. I have added all the veggies to the pan, frying in a little bit of oil. I'm also going to add this kebab meat. This stuff is some of my favourite meat alternatives there is. I love the flavour of it, I love the texture of it. I think as a whole is a really good vegan meat brand. So I'm going to add some of this and I'm also going to season it with this chip seasoning. It is chili and paprika flavour. I know technically I'm not making chips, but I really love the taste of this stuff and it goes really well with this. This is already seasoned a little bit, but the vegetables obviously aren't, so I'm going to do that to add a little bit more flavour, cook it until it's all ready, and then I will add it to the wrap. This is what my final wrap has ended up looking like. I'm going to be completely honest, this is not an accurate representation of what my wraps normally look like. I honestly think I'm the queen at overfilling wraps. I don't actually remember the last time I made a wrap and I didn't fill it too much so that I couldn't roll it. So I do have a little bit of extra filling left that I held back on just for the sake of the video and actually being able to roll this into a proper wrap. So I'm going to finish those leftover bits on the side as well. I do also have a little bit of the Papa John's dip left as well, so I will finish that too. I think I've spoken about this on my channel too many times, but this stuff is just my favourite stuff ever. Honestly think I could drink it, it is so good. So that is what my lunch looks like today. Today's lunch is going to be a little bit of a weird one. I think it's going to be a two-parter. So this is part one, which I'm starting with. It is some leftover pizza from a takeaway I had yesterday. It is a vegan margarita, and then this is some garlic mayo. So I'm going to finish this off, but I don't think this is going to fill me up. So I think I'm going to make some sort of protein smoothie or protein shake to have with it afterwards. I would ideally have something on the side of this, like a salad or something along those sorts of lines. But my fridge is looking pretty empty at the moment, so I'm going to start with this and then make some sort of smoothie afterwards. Okay, so that pizza definitely didn't even make a dent. I am still very hungry. Honestly, could have done with maybe like 4 or 5 more slices, but I'm going to make myself a protein smoothie for now. I reckon I'm also going to be having quite a few snacks this afternoon, but I'm going to make a banana protein shake. So I've got some frozen bananas in here. This is the protein powder that I've got. I'm going to add probably like half a scoop of this. It's unflavoured, which means I can add anything to it and it won't kind of mess with the flavour. I'm going to add some cashew nut butter for some creaminess. And then I'm also going to dissolve some of this coffee in some hot water and add that as well, because I'm feeling so tired today. Honestly, I had a really good night's sleep, as in like I had enough sleep hours wise, but I had such a vivid dream that I've woken up exhausted. So I've already had a coffee maybe like an hour ago. Gonna add some of this in there as well and hope this helps me out a little bit. And then I'm just going to blend it together with some soy milk, and that's going to be part 2 of my lunch today. This is what my final smoothie slash protein shake looks like. Honestly, it has the best consistency. It's like a thick milkshake consistency. If you don't already keep bananas in your freezer for drinks like this, I definitely recommend it. I feel like they give them the best texture. It's literally so creamy, so thick. It's not really the right weather for this right now because today is like the first cold day in weeks. But either way, I'm definitely going to enjoy this. Today's lunch is going to be another go-to for me, and that is leftovers. So obviously this depends on what meal I've eaten recently, but I reckon I probably have leftover dinners as lunches maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So this is some leftover naked katsu curry I had the other day. I did show this in a what I eat in a day video, so I will leave a link to that down below. That shows kind of how I made it all, but I've just got some fried aubergine, boiled sweet potato, I've got some edamame, brown rice, and then this weird suspicious looking bag has got some frozen curry sauce in it. So I'll take out one of these cubes and put it in a pan with some boiling water and just cook that down until it's a sauce. Heat both of these up in the microwave, and then that is going to be my lunch. If you want to know the secret to microwaving leftover rice, if you add a few drops of water into the container and then cover it and microwave it like normal, it just stops it from drying out, and it means the texture is way nicer once it's reheated. That curry sauce always looks quite grim as you're cooking it until it's all like dissolved, but once it's cooked it goes into like a proper sauce consistency. It tastes so good. Honestly, I really recommend trying the golden curry cubes if you haven't already. The fact that I keep mine in my freezer just means it's super easy. I think I've got like a year's supply in there, so it's gonna last me a while, but it just means I can make lunches like this super quickly. So for my final lunch this week, I'm going to be having another bagel. So I've just grabbed these back out of the freezer, going to defrost one in the microwave for a few seconds and then toast it, add some vegan butter to the top, and also cook some garlic mushrooms. These technically went out of date 9 days ago, so I need to start using them up. They're still absolutely fine, so I'm just going to slice these, put them in a pan with some vegan butter and garlic and seasoning, and add that to my bagel. And this is what my final lunch looks like. This is definitely another staple for me. I feel like this and the tomatoes on a bagel are like my 2 go-tos at the moment. I have them all of the time. Really filling, really quick, easy lunches. So they were all the lunches I had this past week. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, if you have any go-to lunch ideas, definitely leave them in a comment below because I'm always looking for some new lunch inspiration. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!